Okay, I am doing this trade recap from the car. Anyways, let's get into it. So, this was today's trade, and let's recap what ended up happening on the day. We had news data release, 8:30 a.m. news data release, core retail sales and retail sales. Cool. Just wanted to acknowledge that beforehand. So we did have news going on, starting off. Oh my gosh, I lost this. Starting off on the hourly time frame. I'm just gonna skip through the daily and the 4 hour real quick because my bias was really my draws on liquidity really were based upon the hourly. But let's go through the daily real quick. Daily looks like we're continuing to the upside. There you go. If you guys want to see it, same thing on ES. 4 hour, same thing. Sorry, it's a little slow. I'm on the hotspot. Okay, I guess it's just not gonna work. Okay, there you go. 4 hour as well. We did end up having this 4 hour sell side imbalance. I didn't even acknowledge it or realize it existed until I ended up scrolling on TikTok and seen some kid win a trade as well. He looked to target that. But let's go into the main thing, the hourly. We're gonna go from the hourly to the probably hourly to the 1, because 15 and 5 are the same lows, and my hotspot kind of sucks donkey balls, and I don't really, Anyway, so going right here, where are my drawings? I really, where did my drawings go? Okay, there they are. Anywho, so we did end up having hourly highs I wanted to see taken. Going into market open, I was actually bearish. I was looking to see price action continue lower. Now you may be like, well, Lonnie, why? Or, what did you see? We ended up forming an SMT down here. So we formed equal lows on ES, SMT on NQ. We did not end up wicking below these lows on ES, so that did still count as an SMT for me. So us having these equal lows was a simple liquidity target, drawn liquidity for price action. I wanted to see it continue lower, as well as us having this opposing hourly SMT right here and here. However, before we did continue bearish, what I wanted to see was us take out external right here and continue lower. However, why did I end up longing today when I was originally looking to short? Before I go into this, by the way, I did end up longing. I'm just doing longing. I'm showcasing this now because I don't know how the internet's going to be. But actually, I shouldn't go in replay mode. Oh, no. I'm not going to go in replay mode. But if you look at this candle right here, this is the candle I ended up longing. At the time, it looked like a ridiculous reversal. Let's go to the 15-minute. It looked like a ridiculous reversal, and it's one of those trades where you would be like, why? If you don't understand, market context, you would literally sit there and ask, why are you longing this? However, well, if price action will load any day now, feel free to take your time. Seriously? I'm gonna pause the recording and then unpause when it's loaded. I can't even pause the recording. Well, I guess we're skipping 15-minute. Okay, I guess the entire thing just doesn't work. Oh, 5-minute it is then. Okay, cool. 5-minute. We just skipped to 15-minute. Anyway, you can see the same thing on the 15 and 5, so it doesn't matter. We ended up taking out these highs right here. You can see this huge wick market open, then this liquidation to the downside. Once we took out internal down here, what I wanted, or once we began to trade lower, what I wanted to see was price action take out internal before reversing to the upside. So note, let me say it in simple terms. Market open, I wanted to see price action take out external before continuing lower. However, I reacted to what price action was doing, as I always do. None of this is new. We all know this. We ended up taking out internal market open, sweeping liquidity, liquidating to the downside. Then we took out internal liquidity. And once we began to displace lower, that's when I wanted to see price action continue back to the upside before then making that move lower. Makes sense? Higher time frame draws. So I wanted to trade toward higher time frame draws as a whole, targets. So I wanted to trade toward higher time frame draws. Does that make sense? That makes sense. It made more sense in my head. Anywho, let me show you guys a photo of what I was looking for beforehand right here. So this screenshot was taken at 6:44. I actually ended up falling asleep. I fell asleep right here and I woke back up somewhere in this area. It was by accident. However, this is what I was looking for. This was taken at 6:44 a.m. So anyone saying, "Oh, this is in replay mode," it's kind of dumb. Well, kind of anybody who fakes screenshots or fakes trades is kind of dumb, because you're only sabotaging your own trading by lying and manipulating your trading, and that, for views, that would make zero sense actually, if you showcase fake screenshots that aren't actually there to sell a course. But if you're a good trader and you sell a mentorship, I'm not, opposed to that. However, we ended up taking out internal. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see longs to the upside with this internal as a potential first target, or a target as a whole. Wasn't planning on originally targeting that external. However, price action ended up forming that reversal quickly. So we executed upon the micro change of state of delivery to the upside upon this candle closure and looked to target external. Now, usually if somebody had taken this trade, I would have told them, do not target external, never target internal to external. However, I knew what price action had to do before continuing lower, but it doesn't mean it had to do it. Okay, let me reword that. I knew what price action had the potential to do before it did it, so I decided to target external. However, with targeting external, at first I was like, I probably shouldn't target external, I should just target internal. But let me tell you guys what ended up happening. So, was very, very confident in this trade like usual. You guys have followed my journey, if you have, for the past 18 days. And you see how I've improved within my model, improved within my execution. Oh, and for all the pocket watchers, this was a $540 win. Anywho's, so price action ended up forming an opposing SMT right here. And note, I was still bearish, so I was like, hey, we could still potentially validate this. My model was valid, price action's valid. This is a great setup. Amazing setup, textbook in my model, right? However, price action still has the potential to reverse, like always. But once we ended up forming this SMT, I realized, let me see right here, the high we ended up forming on ES wasn't a clear change in state of delivery high. What do I mean by this? I don't really want to go into it. It's high key sauce, something I've been seeing recently. So the reason why I don't want to go into it is because I don't want to confuse you guys. However, since there was no displacement above any of these wicks, if price action continued to the downside, that would be an invalid change in state of delivery. Remember, change in state of delivery is only valid if there is displacement. So the displacement here, this candle right here displaced higher than this one, then we displace lower. That's valid. That's just an example. That's a horrible change of state of delivery example. But change of state of delivery to me isn't valid unless the displacement is above the previous wick. So it can't be wick. It has to be wick body closure. However, if the body closure of this candle right here was above these wicks, then I would be like, okay, this potential reversal to the downside. And I still would have let the trade play out like always. TPRS, so you guys know me. However, due to forming this change in state of delivery, it wasn't change in state of delivery, I knew, and not displacing, as I just mentioned, above previous wick, I knew we would continue higher and invalidate this SMT. This kind of game, but I don't really want to go into it yet because I don't want to confuse you guys. How long is this recording? But yeah, so if anybody had taken this trade, I would have literally just told them target internal, don't target external, but I chose to target external and was confident in it once we ended up forming this candle right here. So once we ended up forming this 953 candle to confirm this, I was like, okay, yeah, we're just going to continue to the upside and validate this weak SMT. And that's exactly what we did. Continue to the upside, hit TP, and high key, I literally went straight back to sleep. I woke up and went straight back to sleep. Let's see if I ended up saying anything in the Discord pertaining to my analysis. This was me. So I said I want to see price action take hourly or external hourly and potentially hold bearish SMT. We could have bearish SMT or hourly SMT off of these highs and to short. I high key don't want us to. And that was when I was in longs because I wanted to see price action continue higher. What I mean by bearish SMT is these highs right here or hourly highs right here and here because ES did end up taking those highs first. What else? And then this was what I was looking for originally. What else? You can pause and read. Anyways, this is just stupid. The rest of it's stupid. And then this is me going back to sleep right after hitting TP. I fell asleep for a while. Anywho, so yeah. But once I knew we would invalidate that currently forming higher time frame SMT was based upon what how ES failed to form a clear change of state of delivery to the downside. Now, like I said, that's a little bit of game, but I can't fully go into it because I need to actually continue to see for myself, even though I see for myself. But anywho, I don't want to confuse you guys. But yeah, this was today's trade. Textbook SMT, internal SMT, change of state of delivery, looking to target internal or this time external. But yeah, I am going to go kind of refine my journal because I need to work up my journal a little bit. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Love you guys. Peace.